having a 555 moment. Just wanted to talk about a topic as far as like religious real dogma goes. Calling a spade is not religious dogma. Religious dogma is when no matter how much devotion a person shows to God, the group, as it were, say it's not enough. That's religious dogma. Religious dogma isn't saying that if you treat people badly, you're going to suffer. That's not religious dogma. And this saying your devotion isn't up to par as opposed to my so-called devotion, it scares the piss out of me, these people who are like this. Like, I've peed in my pants around people that do this, and they do it all the time. I'm gonna be honest, like, they scare me. Because once you find out you're in the midst of one of these people, I peed in my pants. I've actually peed in my pants in front of someone because I realized what she was. She had been in my house, and I had let my guard down, and I realized that she was one of those people that feel like only certain people's devotion matter, and it's only a certain kind, and God doesn't believe that we're making any efforts, and I literally peed. I was scared. You can call it PTSD, seen enough of it, whatever you want to call it. But I had it happen the other day when somebody just kind of stabbed me and betrayed me. In a casual, of course, way. Narcissists don't do it out loud. You're the one having the outrageous responses. They covert narcissists quietly dismiss everything about you because, of course, they're favorites that didn't do it. So why would you be doing that? You know what I mean? It's not like you're super rich or anything. But all of a sudden, I coughed and I peed, and I was like, oh my God. I was actually scared, and I peed in my pants. This person has scared me out of my wits. Like, every time you pee, like that, you're being scared. You're being they can call it like complex PTSD, but these people, and they're saying that people don't have devotion because it doesn't fit into their box and model of what devotion is. I mean, who are you? You are looking from far away. Anybody who's studied the earth for any amount of time can see that objects are look small from far away. You only think I'm small. You don't know my devotion. They don't know my devotion. They don't know how stupid they look. And here I am feeling stupid for being around them. And they know that almost immediately. Like, damn, she caught me. And then it's almost then that they get the scared response because they're fake. I didn't pull their mask off. I just want them to be what they want what they want. They do unto others as you want others to do. Why are you trying to play God? Because you have a couple, bad investments in cheaters, and you want to see what the cheaters or what the deceivers felt, so that you can so-called heal, because you're getting so warped that you think that's a normal, by Kali Yuga standards. It isn't normal. But you know what it really took. You know what it really took. By now. It didn't take, when your little baby body was small, somebody who just gave up and said, oh, how much money can I make off this? Like, that's not what it took. Yet Kali, in its animalistic ways and its triangulation to the animals animals, and it's Harvard research that did tests on these little critters and compared them to humans. It's not it's not like you have real examples of people who have an authentic curiosity in humans. They have a condescending attitude. They don't have real curiosity. And that, to that degree, they don't have, you can't tell me they have in that much God's faith, God's love. They think only with how you say it, like what their prejudice is. That 4% of their brain for survival. Oh yeah, your type of devotion doesn't fit into that survival part of the brain. I'm sorry. Click like a Terminator. Doesn't see you anything more. Eyes glaze over onto the one that can help them in their survival. See why I get scared? It's scaring me. It's scary. Hare Krishna. But they got politics and a bunch of them to get away with what they're trying to get away with. And there you'll be, walking that narrow path, as narrow as it can get, for freedom for that soul. Because you know what it took for you when you entered Time's world. Simple as that. It's not a complicated equation. The obscurantis triangulation, scramble, word salad psychopath, though, still can't get it right in basic human necessities after all their universities. It's not student loan debt that the students are asking for. It's that you're a shit show. Sorry. It's like SHIT show. Especially in America. When we fought for this already. And we're supposed to be so-called fighting for it. And it's not funny kiki kaka when they just say it's just for oil and all this nonsense. We could have so much pure resources. Scrambling if it's a freaking conspiracy theory or not. I don't care what you call it. It's pretty obvious. We have human lives that aren't being born because of your SHIT show. You might wish that it would go away. You might wish that in the fabric of time those humans were just, okay and disposable according to the whims of man-made laws, and them allowing tyrannical demons that want to feel what the demons had done to them and their traumas to keep trying to oppress people is basically what it is. It's an ugly root of trauma. Because you still haven't appreciated freedom. You still don't appreciate the technology in your hands. But you want to keep amassing money. You want to keep making it about that fiat currency where the humans just so-called haven't done enough. Remember, it was just hard enough to live over at the hospital not too far away. But we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. We'll leave that in the hands of, your favorites, your institutions. They'll handle that. But in reality, nobody's going to walk your life for you. And that's why we fought for these freedoms. We're tired. We got tired of the dark ages that followed when oppressors dug in, made unsane, unsanitary. You don't sit there and say, oh, well, they're not acting right in unsanitary conditions. You get the unsanitary conditions out. You remember? Or is it still a conspiracy? It looks really, really run down. I know it isn't as run down as other places. Isn't as desert-like as other places that have long ignored the freedom of the soul, the sovereignty of the being, the maintainer. is that gift of human life. But they love their investments, and a large group of them are making a lot of moves with that investment, and a lot of them need it because they don't help life enough. They're going to need a way to feed on those who do. Remember that. And that's why we fought again, because we know that's what they do. We fought again because we're curious of what happens when life is left alone and God's, intention his rays of intention get to be on that soul, not interrupted by out external tyranny in the form of anything, period. Yes, even your hunger can become a tyranny. Your own vanity can become a tyranny. Why don't you integrate it and learn and stop allowing it? Because you're not a victim. You're not an exploited. Your soul is being exploited. It's not going to make Krishna happy, basically. But here we'll be calling ourselves so free, and kiki, look at me, and yet they turned around and did nothing with the technology. They said, "Oh, look at these sad sideshows back in the day. You're a sideshow now. What's the difference? You don't like when it's other people, but you do it to yourself. Okay." You want to hear it from your people's champions. You want to hear it from I'm not even going to say their names because they'll just be ringing later in your head.